I'm happy that there are still many people here left for this important session highlighting the role of the regions in the Baltic Sea cooperation and in relation to the EU strategy. The role of regional and local authorities in the development of the Baltic Sea region and in the countries involved is one of my favorite topics. This session focuses on sustainable growth and how regions can be drivers. I will contribute with some examples from Norway. So regional policy is about prosperity and value creation where people live. Public efforts must be adapted to challenges and potentials of the individual regions, which is why regional councils in Norway are given a regional policy assignment. The regional councils administer nearly 80% of the funds for rural and regional policy on the budget of the Norwegian Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development. So Norwegian regions are responsible for areas such as education, including upper secondary schools, vocational training, and lifelong learning. They are responsible for transport, like public transport, regional roads, regional ferries, culture and public health, regional planning and support to economic development, and they are owners of large buildings and an important purchaser of products and services. So some concrete examples. Regional planning is a basic responsibility of the regions. So regions develop regional strategic plans as a basic tool for the regional development, which this document identifies then the challenges and develop policies and strategies to stimulate sustainable economic growth and an inclusive society. So stakeholder involvement, it's a basic feature of these strategies, adding value to working together, and all relevant actors representing different levels of government, institutions, NGOs contribute in this process. So these strategic plans run for 4 years and are followed by action plans annually carrying out the prioritized actions. The regions also administer regional research and development funds that can stimulate green growth through development of new technologies, new products and services, as well as new ways of working. Another issue is water and coastal zone management. So natural resources from the sea have made Norway one of the foremost maritime nations, and we have always drawn on marine and coastal waters for growth and prosperity. In addition, rivers and lakes play an important role in Norway's industrial and social development. So regional authorities are responsible for drawing up regional plans for coastal zones to balance interest and secure sustainable use of the resources. The coordination of the water regions are designated to the regional level, implementing the Water Framework Directive. So water management plans are drawn up to find good solution on how the different interest groups can interact to make integrated water management a natural part of the municipal land use planning, as well as for the national sector ministries' work related to laws and regulations. So the region's experience and their proximity to problems and people make a significant contributions to the effectiveness of water and maritime policy. In the field of energy and climate, so the regions in Norway are major owners of energy companies. The implementation of innovative solutions in the field of green technologies, such as renewable energy efficiency, boost the economy and stimulate growth in a sustainable way. The work of regional and local authorities is also important in the field of climate change, as was already mentioned by several speakers, as they have power over key sectors such as energy, transport, spatial planning. A regional perspective facilitates the necessary dialogue between the stakeholders. Transport in relation to climate change is a key issue, and the regions are pushing now for testing out new technology for the fuel in buses, in ferries, shipping, as well as developing better public transport services for the inhabitants and facilitating infrastructure for electrical vehicles. So by this, they make a real contribution to sustainable growth. Youth and education and awareness raising is another important topic. As school owners, the regions support education for sustainable development, as well as entrepreneurship in education. So the aim of education for sustainable development is to empower the young people to participate in shaping a sustainable future through development of individual values, knowledge, skills, competences for sustainable living and participation in society. So through entrepreneurship education, we stimulate the pupils' ability to be innovative. So involvement of young people through youth parliaments and youth network is a very important part of the work we are doing on the regional level. Last but not least, the regions are owner of public buildings, a big purchase of products and services, and can of course contribute to greening the economy by developing zero-emission houses or to using green public procurement. So what does this indicate? It says that the competences, tools, and capacities of regions can give a value added to the sustainable growth nationally, European, and in a European context. Norway is connected to the Baltic Sea region and to the strategy through the EEA agreement, the Northern Dimension, as a partner in the Baltic Sea region program, and through membership in several pan-Baltic organizations. And through the EEA financial instruments, Norway supports activities to reduce the economic and social disparities among others in Estonia, in Latvia, in Lithuania, and in Poland. So this is money that can contribute to implementation of the EU strategy for the Baltic Sea region. And all the topics mentioned here are not special in each region or on the nation. They require cooperation cross borders and to be addressed in a proper way. So seas and waters do not see any national borders, and they clearly calls for cross-border and transnational cooperation. The water along the Norwegian southeast coast in Skagerrak and Kattegat closely interacts with the Baltic Sea region and with the Baltic Sea, and different stakeholders have to work together for sustainable and creative solutions for cleaning the water, making the sea a safe and attractive place for transport and economic development. And climate change does not see national or regional border either, and here it's also a clear need for us to work together in Baltic Sea, in Europe, and globally. The regional authorities of the Baltic Sea region play an important role in the solutions to combat climate change, as their tasks include public transport, transport infrastructure, energy production, networks, physical planning, and communication, not at least with the citizens. The region's power engine for sustainable growth is, to my mind, obvious. They have the competences, they have tools, they have access to financial sources to carry out concrete activities on the ground. To succeed with the EU strategy for the Baltic Sea region, it's particularly important to put focus on stakeholder involvement, on the bottom-up initiatives, establishing networks, sharing experience, and knowledge exchange cross-sector. So I'm sure that Norwegian regions are ready to contribute and to become active partners in the Baltic Sea region projects in the years to come. And I wish us all the best of luck with our efforts.